All right, when it comes to finding a way to cope, at least with knowing that what you were involved with the situation with the particular individual has finally came to an end, right? That doesn't necessarily hit right away, right? Oftentimes when people go through their grieving, it's in stages, right? There's stages. There's the denial first. There's being angry. There's being confused. There's a lot of different emotions that are running through you before you finally get to the point of acceptance, right? So that's the final stage out of all of this is when you fully just accept what what happened to you, what went down with you, right? And I think the biggest thing when it comes to the grieving, the hurdle that a person has to get over is the fact that they were duped. Because many times, this is the thing that people come to the conclusion on their own after introspection and looking inward, all these things. They realize that they were duped, right? And they were duped based off trust. And this is one of the biggest things that's hardest to gain back, and even amongst dealing with people in general after you dealt with a narcissist is because they exploit your trust so much, right? They really do one in on you in regards to exploiting your trust. And that part of grieving comes with losing a part of yourself, right? Because you're not going to feel like the same person anymore. There's stages and steps to get you back to that point. But you have to know how to identify them and, properly process in order to do that. But a major thing is you lose a part of yourself, and that part of yourself that you lose, which is a major key factor as well, is your innocence towards how things are in life and how you see things and how you view things. Your belief system gets totally ransacked and, rattled up in a major way. And so now, once everything is done, you're stuck like, wait a minute. I used to think that you treat one how you want to be treated and you would receive the same in return. But then you come to the rude awakening that that is not the case and that is not how things work, especially dealing with the aftermath of a narcissist and going through those things that you deal with the narcissist. You realize that it doesn't work that way, that treating people how you want to be treated isn't always a guarantee, right? So how do you move forward with having to throw that out as being a universal definite, at least? How do you move forward after these things have been revealed to you? Because that's a major part of the grieving as well. The identity shift, the loss of innocence within yourself, the shattering of belief system that you once held on to because that's what you were brought up to believe. And also, it has worked with other people. They treated you in ways how you wanted to be treated. Some of you, it's never worked, but you still went about carrying yourself in that way. Now, some people in the process of grieving, they go through this thing where it goes overboard. Now they're rejecting all and generalizing all, and it kind of shut down. Now they don't trust anyone. And that part, folks, has to do with being overly critical of your own judgment, your judgment abilities. So now it's like a way of punishing yourself for not being able to properly read character and make proper judgment decisions on certain individuals. The over reaction to that is to, or you hear some say, well, I'm going to never trust, or I'm going to always be this way from now on, and no one gets this access to you. You know, those are overreactions to hurt, trauma. And it's because a person feels as though they don't have the ability to properly read or judge who's right for them and who's not, who's a potential risk and who's not a potential risk. These factors are important, especially when overcoming grieving. There's some things that's just out of your control too. You could have had every I dotted and T crossed, right? But you still managed to get duped. At a certain point, we have to come to an understanding that we have to be fine with that, knowing that we're not perfect and knowing that we can't solve and resolve everything. We can't fix everything. And we have to be okay with that. We have to be fine with that and have an understanding about that it doesn't, there's just things that's not going to be able to be corrected, that's out of our control. Or there was just things that we couldn't have done any better to change the result or the outcome. Because that's a big thing that a lot of people deal with, is feeling as though if they would have done this or done that differently, the outcome would have changed. And they hold on to that. And that gets mixed up in their grieving as well. But it's important to realize and understand that all of this is a process, right? The thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to slide into the self-loathing, the pity part of it, like feeling sorry for yourself, feeling as though everyone is against you, or feeling as though you always get the bad end of the stick, right? And many things I do with my clients is we try to pinpoint and find the root cause, right? Try to find out what's the origins of what is in someone, what is embedded into their psyche or their mind that causes them to think, behave, and act a certain way. And many times this goes way back, way before you even started dating or anything like that, or, you know, engaging with people in your adult life, period. A lot of people repeat the same thing over and over, right? And a lot of this, folks, it comes from a set of behaviors that you are unaware of, that you don't see, but it's displayed in others that are like narcissists or predators or manipulators, whatever you want to call them, they pick up on it instantly, and you're not aware of it. It's important to be able to identify and then to redirect those behaviors into different behaviors that does not solicit those same types of individuals. But nonetheless, when it comes to that grieving and trying to get over, we have to look at it. You have to kind of look at yourself in the situation as the third party, like looking in at yourself and how your interactions has been throughout your years with people. What has your behavior been? This isn't a blaming of you. It's a try to identify what openings, right? I don't want to necessarily use weaknesses, because just because someone is nice or friendly does not mean that they're weak. But what things that open you up to being extremely patient? What things open you up to being, vulnerable to these types of individuals? That's what we're essentially looking at and dealing with. And once you get there, you learn how to adjust those types of behaviors and mindset, so that you're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable to those, or subjected to those types of influences outside of that. I'll leave it at that. I won't go too far into it. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Any one-on-one consultations, just click the link. I'll leave my email in the comment section. Until next time, have a good one.